Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name's Garrett, for those who don't know me, and those who know me and are subscribers to the channel, welcome back. This video is going to be a little bit different than they have been in the past. No fishing in this video, but we're going to do some of my favorite things from 2025. If anyone's familiar with the YouTube channel Tested, ran by Adam Savage, former Mythbuster, him and his crew do different favorite things. They all have different favorite things that they talk about, and it doesn't necessarily have to be something that came out in 2025, but what they really enjoyed using or doing or playing with in 2025. And so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do one video for fly fishing and one video for fly tying. This is my fly fishing video. So these are all the things that I found that were my favorite in 2025. So we're going to start off with kind of like fly rods, and then go to reels and lines, and then gear, and so on and so forth. So one of my favorite things, I had two rods that were my favorite. My first one was the Echo EPR, which is this rod right here. Obviously there's three more sections, but this rod in particular has been awesome. I've used it this year on the Salt. It's kind of been my upgrade from what I was previously using, which was the Echo Boost Blue, now called the Echo Boost Salt. But this Echo EPR has been an absolute cannon out on the rocks on the jetty. I've caught a lot of fish on it. It's performed beautifully. One of my favorite things about this, besides the action and the flex and the handle and the grip and all that stuff, is that it has oversized guides. So line spits out of it a lot easier. It just fishes really, really well. And the other big benefit to this is now that I have two saltwater 8 weights that I can use out on the jetty, I can rig one for top water and one for subsurface. So I was able to do that this year and get some poppers, get some rockfish on poppers, which is really cool. So more of that to come. So stay tuned. My next favorite thing from 2025 is another Echo fly rod. Big fan of Echo. I think their fly rods punch well above their weight class. I think a lot of fly rods tend to oversell and underdeliver, and Echo is the complete opposite of that. Their stuff is awesome. So this is the Echo Stillwater. This is the 7 weight size. I have 7s and I have 6s. It comes in a few other sizes. So it comes in a 10-foot 5 weight, a 10-foot 6 weight, a 10-foot 7 weight, and a 10.5-foot 6 weight. So it comes in 4 different sizes, all designed for stillwater fishing specifically, and it is a awesome rod. I cannot say enough good things about it. If you are in the United States and you are looking for your next stillwater dedicated fly rod, the fly rod works beautifully. Looking out there, I'm going to do a much more in-depth review on the fly rod, but looking out there, it seems that most anglers here in the States are buying the 10-foot 5 weight and using it for indicator fishing, and I'm hearing nothing but good things about that. I don't do a ton of indicator fishing. I do some, as you've probably seen if you've followed the channel at all. But I use the 6 weights mostly for my float tube for stocked fish, typically. And then I use my 7 weights for when I'm fishing from the shore or specifically targeting extra large fish. My biggest fish of the year was on a 6 weight, and I probably use the 7 weight more than anything. So there's a lot of different stuff out there. It just depends on what you want. The 7 weight's been awesome. It is an absolute cannon. It can roll cast 60 feet with the right line. It can bomb out 70-foot overhead cast with a team of 3 flies with the right line as well. So it is an absolute awesome fly rod, sensitive tip, strong backbone, and one of the coolest features on it is that the butt can actually come off and you can add weights. That's great because I don't know what reel you have, and neither does Echo. And so if your reel is a little bit heavier or a little bit lighter, you can actually calibrate your rod so it doesn't feel super tip heavy when it's a 10-foot rod. So really cool, innovative stuff from Echo. I don't know of any other rod manufacturer that has replaceable butts that have counterweights in them. So I found for me that the fighting butt plus the large washer weight balances it out perfectly. Next thing on my list is my Redington Behemoth. I think I have, oh gosh, 12 of these reels. 12 reels and spools probably together. This one's pretty beat up. It is my 7-weight reel for smallmouth fishing. Specifically, it has the Scientific Angler Titan Taper Long. Great line, by the way. But this reel is an absolute unit. I use these on the jetties in saltwater. I use it in all freshwater, big fish applications, so things like carp or bass or big trout. I have a 5-weight size for my nymphing rod. So there's a lot of different options out there, and it's super affordable. I think I got most of them for $120 or less. And the spools are always half price, the actual reel. So it's a fantastic reel. If you're looking for a robust reel to take on your next adventure, for Dorado, or for peacock bass, or even just your local stuff, your carp, your bass, your jettyfish, your stripers, anything else like that, the reel is really tough for being a cast reel, and then the drag system is really impressive in my opinion for what you get. There are reels out there with better drags, better torque, more robust, but you're going to be paying a lot more for those. So for the price, it's pretty hard to beat. I don't have the box for this to show you. I just have it spooled up on one of my cassettes for my stillwater fishing. But my favorite stillwater line of all time, it's hard to see on here, it's all spooled up, is the Airflow 6 Sense 2 Fast Intermediate. If anyone asks me, what stillwater line should I get? I'm new to stillwater, which one should I start with? This is the line. 50% of all my fish that I catch on stillwaters come on this line alone. The other 50% come on the other 14 lines that I bring with me. So this single-handedly is my most productive line by far and away. It could be because I fish it more than any of the other lines, but I think I fish it more than any of the other lines because I catch more fish on it than any of my other lines. So it is a fantastic line to have. It casts beautifully. It has built-in hang markers. They're just visual. They're not textural hang markers, so there's not bumps in the line or anything like that. But there are colors in there, and it's an opaque intermediate line, which I don't know of anyone else who's doing this. Everyone else is doing a clear, a camo, a glass, an aqua lux, something like that. And this is totally opaque, which I really like. It's really easy to see, and I don't think the fish care as much as we think they do. The next thing is my gear bag. This thing is my pride and joy when it comes to stillwater fishing. I do a ton of stillwater fishing, and this is the unit. I waffled for a long time between this bag and the fish pond bag specifically. They are both fantastic gear bags, and I don't think if you go with the fish pond, you'd be upset. The main reason I like the Simms, what sold me on the Simms, is its fast closure. So it's a magnetic clip down here that pops, then you can lift the lid, then you can drop it, and it clips right back in. So between that fast clip, so I know every time I pick up my bag, it's not going to flop all over the place and dump its contents, and the lip that it has here with the hard top shell, that lip over the top helps it not get filled full of water if I get caught in a rainstorm, or splatter from a fish, or water flying off my reel. This thing is an absolute unit. Super robust, have been nothing but happy with it. I don't think I have any complaints. I'd say the most complainy thing I can say about this is that because of the outside flare top, the inside has to flare in. So the inside flares in, so sometimes you kind of have to jam your boxes and bins in there. But it holds everything and then some. I really, really, really like this gear bag. It's been one of my best investments in fly fishing that I've made. Next up are Invisiswivels. This is probably the most asked thing I have in my lineup. When I talk about this, when I go speak at fly fishing clubs all around the country, they talk about, they're the most curious about this thing. So first, they've never heard of an Invisiswivel, which I didn't either. Thank Gunnar Brammer for introducing me to Invisiswivels. Gunnar Brammer is a Midwest fly fisherman and fly tyer out of northern Minnesota. And he uses this, and he's used these for a long time, and they come in a bajillion different sizes and a few different colors, but they are a fully fluorocarbon swivel. So it's a swivel made out of fluorocarbon. You would ask, why would I want that? Why would I not just stick with the brass ones or the steel ones that I currently buy at fly shops or big box stores or online? And those do work. The downside to them is they always will add weight. So one thing is, if you want to fish something higher up in the water column, using a swivel like that means you can't. It's just going to pull the fly down. The next reason why you wouldn't want to do that is they are corrosive. So brass oxidizes and so does steel, and then that oxidization either causes the bearings and the swiveling feature of the swivel to not work. This, being fully fluorocarbon, doesn't do that. So you can fish them in fresh and salt water with no worries. And they're also invisible. They're made of fluorocarbon, so they have the same light density as water, so they basically disappear. I've had 0 failures at the swivel itself in my fishing. I also haven't tried to break them, so take that for what it is. It's not like I'm using the 25-pound one and actually catching 25-pound fish. I usually upsize quite a bit when it comes to that. This is the smallest size that they have, and that's what I use for, oh gosh, when it comes to smallmouth fishing, largemouth fishing, or any type of rockfish, or any type of streamer fishing. So if I'm throwing big articulated streamers, big saltwater stuff, things like that, I'm using an Invisiswivel in my leader. They're kind of expensive from what I remember. I think they're like $8 for a pack of 5, but I bought 25 of them, so 5 packs, and I think I did that in 2022, and I haven't needed to replenish or come close to it. I still have an unopened package here, and I have another one in my other gear bag. And this one's open, but it still has all 5 in there, so I still have tons. So it's worth getting it. I know they do sell like a combo pack, so if you don't know what size you want, you can go with that one, and then you can share them with your friends. I said they come in a few colors. They come in clear, which is what I have. They also come in chartreuse and red. Red's really great if you plan to fish in the dark a lot, because red just disappears with a lack of light. And chartreuse is a great little hot spot. Sometimes fish will see that and get interested in it. The only downside is you'd have to worry about the fish taking the swivel and not your fly. So I stick with clear, and they've worked really, really, really well. All right, so the last thing on my list is not these nippers, which these nippers are good, but I wouldn't consider one of my favorite things of 2025. But what I would consider my favorite thing of 2025 are gear keepers. I've used these for a decade at least now. And I know it said it's something that you found in 2025. I can't stop telling people about these in 2025. When it comes to zingers, there is nothing else on the market that's better than these. These are made by a company that originally made scuba equipment, if I remember correctly. So this stuff is just really robust, and it comes in a variety of different styles and types and different draw weights. So I think this one it's a few ounces, that's the draw weight. So it's really easy to pull off, but the one I use for my net, I think has a 2-pound draw weight. So the net can hold up, and then as soon as I pull it, it's really easy to pull, and then it's able to zing my net back to the zinger. And you can get different ones that have a 5-pound draw weight or a 10-pound. You can get different sizes. And the best part about all of them, besides the fact that they are durable, they work every single time, they last forever, is they have a lifetime warranty. So you can reach back out to GearKeeper if any of these ever fail and let them know what happened, and they were happy to replace them for you. I've yet to have that as a problem for me. They've always just worked for me, which is great. But if something does go wrong, something does malfunction in it, don't hesitate to send it back. So they stand by their product, and I think most professional anglers and really, really avid anglers, that's what they use, is GearKeeper. All right, well, those are my favorite things from 2025 that are fishing related. Hopefully I'll have some new favorite things in 2026, but stay tuned. Either I've already uploaded or I will be uploading my favorite fly tying things of 2025. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.